As so many others, my sites have been hit with the Google updates, and unfortunately this has also hit the case study. I'm going to talk a little bit about what I think I will be doing moving forward, but it's pretty apparent that this site has been hit, and it's not even a year old, and it was only starting to pick up some traffic. And then seeing a site getting hit by an update is not good to see. This is a dose of reality, and this is what blogging also can feel like. And if you're looking at too many flashy AdWords doing this and doing that, then you can earn a lot of money. This is a dose of reality for you. But to end on a more positive note, I will tell you what I am going to do to this site in order to try to stop the bleeding and fix it. But let's have a look first on the analytics data and what the site is earning right now. Firstly, let's look at the analytics data. As you can see here, it's pretty obvious that the trend line is downwards, and this is definitely not a good thing to see at this stage of a website. It's been live since the 1st of January. Most of the content is from the 1st of May, so it's little over half a year old age-wise. The average time on page is good, and it seems like that the searchers are reading the articles. But I will go into more detail on that in a second. If we look at the trend line for the whole year, you can see it was trending upwards until last month, and actually in last month's update I said this. But at this time it looks like it's on a downtrend if we only look at the last month or so. I'm not too worried about that, and as I said, I haven't added too much content to the site, so this is hopefully not a problem. So it was actually serious, and here in October the traffic is down. We have 544 page views, and that is not a good thing to see at this stage of a website. Normally I wouldn't worry too much. Traffic goes up and down, and if there's some seasonality in here that I didn't foresee or didn't know about, it could mean absolutely nothing. But as I will show you here in Search Console, this is actually pretty significant. So these dips are similar to what people have reported in other of the Google updates, and for no reason at all the traffic just comes back from one day to the next. So fingers crossed. But there is a significant dip here. If we look at the trend line, it seems to be around 6 clicks, and it goes back to 6 clicks and stays around there. So that was why I hoped this drop wasn't due to an update, even though the date corresponds with one sort of here around this time. But here the October update, October 19, 2021 is pretty significant, and we are basically down to 0. The reason why the traffic isn't going completely to 0 in Google Analytics is because I am receiving some traffic from Bing and DuckDuckGo, and that seems to be fairly consistent. And one thing, if you like to read, I've typed everything up in an article. You can go to my website. There's also a link in the description. So we are going to have to get used to looking at Google Analytics 4, as next summer we are forced to use that and cannot use the Universal Analytics anymore. So I created this. In a future video I will show you how I'm getting these data out of Google Analytics 4, as it's not very obvious how to to actually access the data that is in there. But I've made the same trend lines as we are used to in Universal Google Analytics. So the visitors are not completely the same. So for some reason, Universal Google Analytics and Google Analytics 4 is not counting the page views completely in the same manner, but it's sort of the same ballpark. And the trend line, even though it's not completely the same data, the trend line here is down. So it is similar. If we look at Ezoic, at the Ezoic dashboard, you can get this. It's called Big Data Analytics, and you get this when you sign up for Ezoic. If you want to have your site on Ezoic, you can have it through their Access Now program. And I have a video where I show you how to sign up for this program. You can go and watch that after this one. And here in the Big Data Analytics, we can confirm that they also report that the traffic is down. So it's not just a reporting error, unfortunately. And then for the earnings, that is fortunately pretty consistent. So the traffic isn't too much down, so there is people visiting the site and they are actually reading the articles. So, and apparently they are clicking on the ads as well. So for this month we are at $6.30, which is pretty much the same as last month. So hopefully that will at least stay consistent. So for the complete lifetime of the website, it has earned $25, and that is a good amount. It actually starts now to pay for the hosting. So on that front, that equals out. So that's a good thing. So I want to talk a little bit about what I intend to do for this website. These are some basic best practices to do on a website, but if I have to be completely honest, I haven't been too good at showing that I am actually a vet and I know something about the disease that this website is about and the pet that this website is about, and I could show that more on the website. So showing that I have knowledge and trying to improve the EAT in that way could be a good thing. And reading through the articles once more, adding a personal story, adding when I see a vet in the clinic, when I see a pet in the clinic, I do this and this, and in that way try to build up some authority. So I am going to do this going forward and using the rest of the year, just reading through the articles, making sure everything is on point. And it doesn't seem to be spammy. I don't think the articles are, but it might be a good way. It might be a good idea just to go through them once more. I haven't done the best job of adding photos to this website. It is about pets, and there's a lot of stock photos you can get with pets, and a lot of cute ones as well. And I have some there. I have some in there, and a cute pet is never, in my mind, never a bad thing to have on the website. But I have a lot of photos I've taken in the clinic of this specific disease that the website is about. And it is a fairly visual topic, so adding these photos in is a good idea just for the user experience, but also for SEOs, of course. And we are usually recommended to do original research. And for a pet website, that is also maybe a good idea, but just having a pet and writing about it is, in my mind, not the best way. And doing original research with your own pet. So I did this to the pet and I had this result. That could be a personal story, but it's not proof in a scientific way. Not that you have to do original science-based research on a lot of pets in order to write about it. But just doing research, doing something to one pet is usually not enough. If you're not a vet as I am, you could maybe, if you're writing about pets, call for different veterinarians and doing research in that way and sum up what the four vets have told you and find some commonalities and where they disagree, and then add a personal story with your pet where you did what they recommended and this was your personal result. That could be a good way to go forward. So I want to be a little more next level because I am a professional in this area, and finding actual research papers and trying to get a more, and try to describe what is actually in that research is a better way, I think, for this website and maybe in general for a pet website. So actually taking the time, reading through all the difficult research papers and writing them out and taking some of the results out and writing them in more plain English could be a better solution, I think. So that is also what I'm going to do. Some of this I know by heart because I use it every day, and of course I've read it in a book or in a research paper, but it might be 5 or 6 years ago, so I don't really remember the name or the title, but I have but there's methods in how to find these things. And if you want to add ads to your website, you can use Ezoic Access Now. And if you want the playlist on this case study, it's here. Till next time, take care.